Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss item builds. Let's begin by going over to pro builds and checking out how the pros have built Lux recently. Wow, amazing isn't it? So diverse. Yeah sure, they pretty much all build Sorcerer's Shoes and Morellonomicon, but when they go for it differs a lot. Obviously, none of them just blindly builds whatever they saw on Mobifier. And this is the big reason for me to be making this video. I've had way too many feeding Lee Sins that still emphasize on building pure damage after they've fed the enemy Hecarim 3 kills. Now, I'm not saying you're like that, but if you are, stop it. But if you're like me and you're tired of finding these random feeders that don't adapt builds and lose you your games, then share this video, maybe one of them will see it and this will help them out. Also, before we even go into the technical details, if you could go ahead and hit that like button, it will help me out a lot. Okay, moving on. The first thing you should already be thinking is that each game is different. You'll always have different teammates and different enemies. Even if you play 2 games with the exact same champions picked, chances are the ADC will get fed instead of the mid lane this time, and you should always know how to adapt your build to any given situation. Starting items are pretty much correct on Mobifier, though you might have to choose between a blade, a shield, or a corrupting potion if you go top as a bruiser. What comes next now seems to be the big issue. People don't adapt their builds. I've had Luxes on my team build a Void Staff when the enemy team had no magic resistance whatsoever. That same Lux built a Rabadon's as second item, and at that point I pretty much knew that she was just following a build or was building whatever because she believed the item to be overpowered. I'm gonna explain to you how it is that items counter each other and when you should consider what. I'm not gonna tell you specific item builds for specific champions and what's good on them. That would just completely destroy the purpose of this video. So in general, if you manage to get a kill in lane, you should start building damage. Pros do this because they want and know how to snowball. But if you get killed in lane, you should do the opposite if you ever hope to get back to the game. Say you're playing as Darius versus a Kennen top. You've got a Black Cleaver built, and you were planning to go for a Dead Man's Blade for those awesome defensive stats, as well as the stacking damage. But Kennen just solo killed you. What do you do now? Most people in bronze, silver, and even gold wouldn't think twice about it and would just keep building that Dead Man's. A pro, however, and maybe just someone with a brain, would now consider a Hex Drinker to possibly allow him to get back to the lane with a fighting or just surviving chance. This is because defense trumps over offense in League. If that Kennen built full AP damage and Darius built full MR, Darius would win a fight if both gave it their all. Don't believe me? Try it out yourself. But you know what counters defense? Penetration. So it goes as a circle. Defense over offense. Offense over penetration, because offensive items give more damage like Rabadon's over Void Staff. And penetration over defense. This is just the very basics of itemization in League. You then have a completely different aspect of item builds which are called situational items. Zhonya's and Morellonomicons are great examples of this. You're now playing as Lissandra versus a Zed. A hard matchup for Zed as it is. But build a Zhonya's, and I would love to see that Zed try to kill you now. He might just swap lanes already, cause if you play your cards right, there is absolutely no way that he can kill you now. Then there's Morellonomicon. Say you're in the bot lane as brand support versus a Soraka. Build a Morello's, and it would be funny to try and see her heal people after you ult the enemy team. Situational items are so strong that they win games alone by making enemies completely useless. And so many players neglect this to go for standard builds, it's just sad. Okay, let's end the video with some objectives. 0 to 10. What's an item? 20. Use Mobifier builds. 30. Use Pro builds. 40. Change the last item. 50. Use the same core and adapt the last 2. 60. Different builds every game. 70. Build defense when losing the lane. 80. Win the lane and still think. 90. Adapt your build to the enemy team. 100. Always counter with situational items. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. Don't know if you've heard the news, I've started working with an awesome organization called the Raging Turtles, and we've got a lot of neat projects prepared for you. Lastly, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. I upload twice a week and you definitely don't want to lose my videos. Sakeios out.